Thomas Paine wrote this letter to President Jefferson a few months before his death. It is one of the last things that he wrote. He saw the topic, slavery in America, to be one of the most important issues facing the country's future, one that could undermine the principles upon which America was built. As a way of controlling his personal emotions on the subject, and possibly as an attempt to disguise his identity, he wrote it as if from a slave. Sir, in looking over Mr. Duane's Politics for Farmers and Mechanics, I was not a little surprised to hear him boasting of his happy country and the specific measures of this government, and decrying all others as barbarous and oppressive. I wrote to him in September last and requested his friendship and desired him to lay before you our exquisite torment and the inhuman conduct of our masters, but I have not as yet heard anything from him. Our burdens are heavy and call loud for justice, call loud for mercy. I, therefore, take the liberty, sir, to address you myself upon the subject of slavery and ask you a few questions respecting Mr. Duane's politics. What does he mean by this? Young as our country is in the political world, says he, it has furnished a world of useful experience, and that we are, thank Providence, the only nation that has yet profited by our education. If to spit in the face, cudgel in the streets, fight devils, quarrel in the law, make laws and violate them, oppress and enslave mankind, take away all the honest labours and genius of one part of the community to riot upon, and to aggrandize the rest, gamble, drink to excess, wallow in debauchery, violate the chastity of women, betray public trust, waste the funds, deceive the people, belie other nations, enslave their citizens and our own, aggrandize one part of the citizens at the expense of the others, nurse, educate and exercise children in tyranny and oppression, support a tie of the hypocritical priests and rapacious lawyers to lounge and strut about the country, divide the people into superstitious, hostile secretaries, then setting these poor, ignorant people to quarrel in the law one with the other, that they may fall an easy prey to their capacity, and many more vices of a like heinous nature, can be said to be a world of useful experience and a profitable education America can vie with any nation on earth? Yet, with all these vices staring him bold in the face, he has the vanity to say that we are, thank Providence, the only nation that has yet improved by our education, and the impiety to call out God to save his country from the afflictions of war, but above all from the example of England. What is his mighty uproar about England? Was there anything in her example more inhuman, irreligious, or damning than slavery? Is any nation capable of committing a more heinous crime in the sight of God, or more insulting to fellow man? What said Mr. Wilkinson respecting slavery in 95? Why, believing, said he, that a faithful history of slavery with all its consequences would be, of all others, the darkest pages in the annals of mankind. What said you, sir, in 81? See Notes on Virginia. Well then, if, as Willem asserts, Britain has got 3,000 American citizens in slavery on board her ships of war, has not America likewise got in slavery 2 million of the former citizens of Africa? If 1 million of the subjects of Britain are starving in her workhouses, are not 2 million of the citizens of America running almost naked, starved and abused in a most inhuman and brutal manner in her fields and kitchens? If Britain takes away 1/5 of the labor of her citizens for taxes, does not the tyrants of America take away the whole of the labor of 2 million of her most industrious citizens to riot upon? Whatever may be the mode of any government, either civil or religious, says the friend of justice and mercy, if it cannot exist and prosper without affecting the peace and harmony of a neighboring nation, is unjust. Much more must that government be unjust which aggrandizes 1/2 or less of a community at the expense of the other. The monarchies and aristocracies which have been so often decried by politicians as oppressive and violent are states of independence in comparison of that state of bondage in which the American black man is kept.